A very good morning to you, boys and girls. It's Monday, the 26th of November 2018. Welcome along to this morning's United Kingdom talk, coming to you from this converted public convenience here in Bracknell. Now, I might have mucked up with the whole fashion thing this morning. I'm not sure that patchwork jacket goes with polka dot shirt, but there is a reason I've got the jacket. Now, if you want me to, I'll take the jacket off. I know what you like, always looking out for faults and that sort of thing. But Wendy, one of our lovely people, Wendy, who provides our Barry Manilow calendar each year, Wendy, who provides the Barry Manilow calendar, has requested a twirl this morning. A twirl. A twirl in the jacket. So I'm going to do that for you now, Wendy. Are you ready, my dear? Here comes the twirl. Here comes the twirl. Okay, there we are. Little twirl for you there, darling. Okay. Twirling away. There we are. There's our twirl for Wendy this morning. Okay. Claire has just sent a message through. Good morning, Claire. And she says she's not sure about the patchwork jacket. There's a load more. There's only 25 quid. It's nice. I like it. Now, do you want me to take it on or leave it off? Make your requests now, boys and girls. Take it off or leave it on, and I'll let you know. Let's say hello to some of you early people in this morning. Over on the Facebook Live, good morning to Dr. S.O.S. Grigori. Morning to you, sir. Diane Jebb, hello. Hello to the delightful Ray Reynolds. I tried to ring you last night, Ray. You were obviously out somewhere entertaining millions of people all over the world, as I do every morning. Millions. My mate says there's not millions. It's a very, very negative attitude to take, I think. My mate takes a very, very negative attitude to practically everything I do, which will, of course, be reflected in his Christmas present this year. Good morning, Ray. Hello to John Parrish. Hobawana. What does that mean, John? Is that like a foreign language? Is that like Singaporean? What language do you speak in Singapore? Is it no, Philippines? I beg your pardon, Philippines, isn't it? What language do you speak in Philippines? Is it Filipino? Or Filipino? Is that what it's called? We speak Filipino. What language do you speak in the Philippines? I'm dying to know. Morning to Adrian Richardson, John McLeod. Morning, John. Thomas. Nice and early on the Vaughan Live there. Good morning, Thomas. Take your shirt off. No, too fat at the moment. Too fat. Although I have lost a pound this weekend. I'm now down to 12 stone 11. When I weighed myself after my trip up north, I was 12 stone 12. So that's good. I'll be very good yesterday. I'm going to be good today. I must bang that weight back down. It must be banged very hard. Thank you. Ray loves the jacket, but with that shirt you look like Billy Smart Circus. Yes, I am known as a bit of a lion, as you know, Ray. Do they still have animals in circuses? I always thought that was a bit cruel, you know. I mean, lions and tigers and what are those other things? Yeah, lions. Lions and tigers are not supposed to be wrapped, stuck in a little cage, are they? With people with chairs doing that. It's not a nice thing to do. And elephants running around and round in circles. I don't like any animals in cages, actually. Don't laugh at me. Even goldfish. I don't like goldfish. That's all they do. Go round and round in that bowl all day. What a boring life that is. Mind you, have you ever tried working in the supermarket on the checkout? It can't be much worse than that. Hello to Alan Whitney. Morning, Alan, who's in Tamworth, New South Wales, Australia, where I gather you've got a lot of nasty fires at the moment again, haven't you? Bushfires. Although my uncle, who's in his 80s, he's in... Oh, gosh, I can never remember the name of the place. I mean, if I described it, it probably sounds like most of Australia. But where he's on the... Again, like most of Australia, he's kind of on the coast. And he's on this place where the ocean, you can walk along the rocks, but now and again, the swell of the ocean comes up and goes over the rocks and drags people out, never to be seen again. A beautiful place. I cannot remember where he lives, though. But I was watching on the news this morning, actually, just before I came up to have a little bit of a chat to you, that you had some more bushfires going on in New South Wales. But my uncle said this is quite a normal thing. We have it all the time. He said sometimes the news organisations make a great big thing of it, but it's been going on for years. You know, bushfires in Australia and the heat Oh, it's so hot there in the summer. Adrian Richardson said, keep it on, I like clowns. Okay, I will. Hello to Ishan. Morning, Ishan. Claire says it's a very dodgy combination in jacket and shirt. The sky one would be better with a shirt. Oh, well, it's in the wash, dear. Yeah, I don't like to wear my shirts any more than 5 times without them being washed. Absolutely. Rod says Filipino is Tagalog. Is it called Tagalog? I didn't know that. Filipino. Tagalog language, Rod Brown says. John Parrish says Bawana means boss in Zambia. Philippines speak English and Tagalog. That's a great word, isn't it? Tagalog. What language do you speak? Tagalog. What's that? The Europeans wouldn't know what that is. All the French, but don't know what that is. Old Macron there, isn't he? Old Macron's moaning his head off. Sort your own country out, darling, before you start on ours. All the riots in the streets in Paris. Did you see that on the telly? God, it's all going off everywhere in the world. Did your sister make this patchwork coat of many colours? No, she didn't. She's quite good with the sewing machine, but she didn't do this. This was 25 quid. It's not bad, is it? And they've got all sorts of designs. I may select another one after the show. Just I should order something today. I haven't ordered anything all week. Oh, yes, I have. Yes, I have. I ordered my Wi-Fi plugs. Here, be careful of the Black... I told you to be careful of the Black Friday deals, didn't I? So today, just as easy to be caught out, is, I think it's today, Cyber Monday. Cyber Monday, where all the electronic stuff online is supposed to be cheap. And I have already checked. As you know, I now have I'm a proud owner of my very first ever Wi-Fi plug. And I can turn my heater on in my caravan wherever I am in the world. Isn't that fabulous? The main thing being is that when I go up to the caravan, 45 minutes before I get there, I can turn it on. It's all very well with timers, but you might set a timer and then decide not to go. Do you see what I mean? It's fantastic. Anyway, that's working. I've just checked my electricity supply this morning. Those of you that know the story, that's working all right as well. So I think that the replacing of the breaker in the main circuit providing the electricity to my caravan, otherwise known as my Lincolnshire television complex, I think that's fixed now. So, knowing this, I ordered another 2 last week, and they arrived at the weekend, okay? And I went and ordered them off Amazon. After going into PC World in Boston, of course, it was another one of those items where you get there. Oh, excuse me, just we haven't got any in stock. We can get them online for you. You can come and pick them up tomorrow. No, I want it now. Otherwise, I would have ordered it off Amazon, wouldn't I? They need to sort out the stock, some of these shops. Besides, you know, PC World, I remember going in there and it was literally all computers. Computers, hard drives, desk furniture, you know, like office chairs. Now they've got fridges and endless coffee machines all in there. In PC World, how odd, how strange and mysterious that is. You think it would just be computer stuff, wouldn't you? But it's not. Anyway, so I ordered these 2 Wi-Fi plugs online, right? And they were £17.49 each. So about 35 quid, something like that. I just went on there last night because I knew it was Cyber Monday. Oh, there's a message there, what's that? There was a Cyber Monday today. So just gone 12 o'clock last night. I thought, I'll just see how much cheaper they've got. Remember, I paid £17.49. They are now exactly the same ones. £35.26. So be very, very careful when you're buying these things in any sale, whether it's Black Friday, which won't be announced until next year, today, Cyber Monday, or even the sales that come around just after Christmas, sometimes just before Christmas. Know the price before. Be aware. Know what the price was before. Don't take the shop's sale sign to mean anything at all other than, you know, thieving bastards. That's outrageous. Exactly the same. So Amazon, right? I bought my Wi-Fi sockets last week, £17.49 each. They are now £35.26 on the so-called Cyber Monday deal. Beware of that, all right? Be very, very aware of that. Good morning to Akim. Morning. Thomas never cared for the circus. No. And clowns are very scary as well. I'm a bit of a clown today in this bad combination of shirt and jacket. But we like to stick out as much as possible. We absolutely do. No, I don't like clowns and things like that. Thomas doesn't like birds in cages. I mean, to be honest, as a child, we had two birds in cages, budgerigars. Budgerigars. We had George. He was a bright yellow, but it wasn't a canary. It was a budgerigar, a very unusual yellow one. And we used to let him out of the cage and he would fly around the living room. And then one day he flew out the door, never to be seen again. I find the same things happens when I start talking to people in pubs. Oh, I'm just going to the toilet, and then you don't see them again. Well, the budgie did exactly the same thing. I don't think it liked listening to me. And then there was Benny the budgie. He was like a blue thing, blue and grey. And again, we used to let him out. And then he actually died in captivity, I'm afraid. He died in captivity. But you're quite right. Animals in cages is not good. Not even goldfish and that. They say goldfish doesn't remember anything for after 3 minutes or something like that. But for that 3 minutes it remembers going round and round in that bowl, bored to tears. They must get bored, mustn't they? Goldfish. People say, some animals aren't sentient. How do you know? How do you know that an animal doesn't have as much thinking power as us, yet in a different way that we do not understand? Huh? When you see all those birds flying around in the sky in those various formations, how do they know not to bump into each other? Ever thought? I've never seen a bolt. Have you ever seen a bird bump into another bird? I haven't. Or ants. Watch the ants. They don't fall around because they've bumped into each other. Not like us in Camden High Street or somewhere like that, pushing through all the time. Have you noticed how many people push through? And the most annoying thing in crowds of people? Rucksacks. Oh, how much do you hate that? And they turn around and they bang you with their bloody bags. They should be banned. They should absolutely be banned, rucksacks, I reckon. Terrible things. What do you call a zoo with no animals? No, I'm not reading that, John. That's a rude word. A rude word, John. You never hear me say rude words, do you? Silly old bastard. Thomas, thank you, Thomas. John says, we call that a beach. Let me have a look. Michelle White, good morning to you. Oh, Michelle, you haven't got to tell me, darling. Michelle, our chief operations officer at Waitrose in Bracknell, soon to be taking over the entire company, went to watch Dynasty this week and couldn't find it. Very distressed. You're not the only one. Michelle, I was going to save that till later. Ronnie came round last night for dinner, as he often does. Invites himself round. He rings up. Or can you do us some chips? I'm coming round for lunch. I never, ever get invited round to his house for dinner. Never. So he comes round and he does his chips. I make him do his own eggs now because he's so bloody fussy, my mate. He's so, if he does eggs or beans, or can you stir them a bit more? Do it yourself. Do it yourself. And the kitchen in my caravan is about a quarter the size of that kitchen. But when Ronnie's got it, I've got more. When Ronnie's here, I've got more space in my kitchen up in the caravan because he keeps getting in the way. He comes over on the other side, comes from around the other side of the kitchen and then starts bending over and putting things in cupboards or getting things out of cupboards or going and getting it. And every time I turn around, he's there doing something. Get out of the way, dear. It's most depressing and annoying. Eggs have to be done a certain way. The baked beans have to be done a certain way. So I let him go. I put the chips in the oven. You do the rest. Not doing it anymore. Fed up with it. Fed up with it. So annoying. Anyway, so he came round for dinner and to watch Dynasty. We sat down. We got the dinner on our laps. Don't do dining room. Do you do dining room tables, Michelle? Don't do dining room tables. Got the dinner on our laps. And I've put the telly on. I've flicked that on. I've got a Netflix button on my remote control. Have you got one of those? A Netflix button on the remote control. Just flick that on. And where's Dynasty? My little thing at the top there, your shows or whatever it is. The thing where you're watching shows and you've got all the ones that you're watching and whereabouts they are. So you can just click on it and it starts where it picked up on. No Dynasty. So I then search for Dynasty in the search box and it came up Series 1, Series 2. I said, well, why hasn't it remembered where I was? Clicked on Series 2. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No more Dynasty. And then Ron says, and I didn't know this, it's the mid-season break. What do you mean the mid-season break? Oh, they have a break halfway through. Why? Why do you do that? How annoying is that? A mid-season break. We never used to have this on terrestrial what is it? Terrestrial on BBC One Colour or Thames or London Weekend. They play the whole series and then that would be it. You watch stuff like Doctor Who or I don't know, When the Boat Comes In or the Oneidian Line. Da 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 da. Oh, what a wonderful programme that was. The Oneidian Line. Wonderful. What, you know, they didn't stop halfway through for a break. What? What do they do on Dynasty? Mid-season breaks. There's no more Dynasty for a while now. Can you believe that? We've only seen 6. Never mind. So that's the news there, Misha. Good morning, Weird City Citizen. Morning. John McLeod says it's because it's merged with Curry's PC World. Oh, I don't know what they're doing there. They obviously haven't got half the stock in anyway. Adrian Richardson is like Harold Stone keeps match stock. I want the lazy boy of one of those rotating tables for food. Thomas, clowns make me sick. They're ugly things, aren't they? I used to be terrified of clowns. Most children, I think, are terrified of clowns. To say clouds, clowns. Evil. Robert says PC World doubles up as a Curry's. Weird City says, and goldfish only have a half-second memory, so it's always new to them. Like people with dementia, I suppose. Something like that, innit? The ugly woman you blocked is voting you down. I'm sure it's her. Don't worry about that. It's okay. Doesn't. Do you think I look at those thumbs up or thumbs down? Don't worry yourselves. It's worrying. A lot of the young people decide their popularity on how many likes or thumbs up, and they're like, oh my God, I got a thumbs down. Oh my God, I got a dislike. And they worry themselves. I don't even look. I don't even know about the thumbs up and thumbs down. I don't watch. Is there someone doing a thumbs down? Well, good luck to them. I'm surprised they find the time and an hassle to do something like that. It's probably someone who hates me. There's a few of those around as well. Are you having a Murphy's Law kind of week? I think possibly White Wolf. I think they are. Morning to Dinesh. Yeah, as I say, don't worry about thumbs up or thumbs down. It doesn't worry me. Okay, can I just check the other side now? Because they're like a different load of messages. The Periscope ones I still can't get up to come in the same place as everyone else for some reason. I don't know that. Curry's used to sell bikes. Did they really, Ray? Well, I didn't know that. Did you know that? Halfords have got that sussed out, and I heard the other day that Evans Bikes was a little bit in trouble as well. Is that right? Morning to Adam the Plumber. Morning, Adam. And Michael Lawrence is there as well. Good morning to you, Michael. All right. Good. So that's it. So I had my lunch after yesterday's show. Come up here, done a bit of paperwork, had a little bit of a sleep. Then got up, went swimming, and I cut my nails while I was swimming. My toenails. I've got a couple of my nails. I think they got some sort of viruses underneath them because it's like they're all a funny colour. They're like a not brown, but darker colour and white stuff underneath them. Is that an infection of some sort? 4 of them have got it now. I might have to have a word with my special doctor. He gave me pills last time. And you have to take these pills for ages for those nails. If you have more than 2 nails like it, they give you pills. It's some sort of virus or bacteria that's living under your nails. Don't ever let me come round to your house and walk around with no socks on, because I'll be dropping viruses all over your floor. Rather worrying. So I cut my nails in the swimming pool. And then on the way back, I popped over to Marks and Spencer's to get some blueberries. I've run out of blueberries and vegetables as well. Christ, it's expensive in there. We've got a Marks and Spencer's attached to the BP garage, which is actually nearer Ronnie's house than mine. Normally, I'd go to Aldi or the Co-op. They're the nearest 2 places to me. To go into Waitrose, you've got to get the car out, and it's a bit of a journey and all that. Do you know what I mean? So we went round to Marks and Spencer's. Honestly, and I didn't have any normal blueberries, only the Ponzi organic ones, an extra £1.50 or whatever they were. And all I bought were 4 items, right? This is in Marks and Spencer's food. Fantastic food, very well presented, always clean. I've never ever been in a Marks and Spencer's and seen out of date food or skanky looking food at all. I've seen it in Aldi. I won't lie to you, I have. I've seen trays full of blueberries, all of them going mouldy in Aldi. And I've reported it to them as well. Then about 3 weeks later, they moved them somewhere else. It's true. I've never seen bad food in, actually, Waitrose. I have seen out-of-date food in Sainsbury's. I've never seen it in Tesco's, Waitrose, and certainly not Marks and Spencer's. Everything is like perfect. I reckon they take all the food off the shelves twice a day and clean them all down. It's absolutely spotless in the Marks and Spencer places. It really is. Anyway, so I've picked up these blueberries. They haven't got any normal ones. They're all the organic ones, so you can add another £1.50. I bought 2 lots of blueberries, 150 grams each, and 2 packets of vegetables. I'm a bit lazy with vegetables. You know the vegetables, they come in a little sealed plastic bag. You can get various different types. Yesterday, I selected carrots, broccoli, and sweet corn. Right? So I've got 2 bags of that. And they were on a special offer. And 2 lots of blueberries. £10.80. £10.80 for 4 items. Outrageous. Isn't that dear, don't you think? 2 lots of blueberries, 2 little bags of vegetables, £10.80. And that's all I had. Aldi was closed. It's now like 9:30 at night. So it was either that. I wasn't sure whether or not the Co-op would be open. I think it's open till 10. But as we were at that end, I thought, well, we'll just go in there first. Outrageous. Absolutely outrageous to be charged that amount. White Wolf said, while you were swimming, multitasking to a new dimension. I like swimming. I go swimming most days, actually. And you get thoughts in the swimming pool, don't you? You get ideas in there as well. On the subject of your nows, White Wolf, if it's just a fungus, keep feet dry until you get medication. Or look up alternative medication. Dry is the key. It's probably what it is. Now, you've explained it to me. Now, I never knew that. Apparently, it's harmless as well. Thank you. It could well be because of all the swimming, couldn't it? I do try and dry my feet and other parts very thoroughly. You don't want mould anywhere else, do you? There's a few people I know that I swear are going mouldy from the inside out. Smelling the various air that comes out of them, I tell you. So that was our trip to Marks and Spencer's. We came back here, as I say, done some dinner. No Dynasty, so we seeked out something else. And we watched a Christmas film, which was rather nice. Father Christmas, of course. 2 children, one believes, a little girl who believes, and the older teenage boy who doesn't believe anymore. And let me figure the film. They go out and they see the sleigh and Santa isn't on it. Little girl climbs up a telegraph pole, jumps into the sleigh with the reindeers at the front. Then the teenage boy climbs up and jumps on as well. And off they go. And the reindeer break loose. Father Christmas is in there. He can't control it. They fall to the ground. Father Christmas ends up in prison. Then he magically produces all this, and everyone Father Christmas bumps into, all the adults, he remembers them as children. Hello, young Christopher. I remember you. Did you like that train set I got you for your Christmas in 1975? And they're like, how does he know that? And all this business. It's a charming film. I do like Christmas films, don't you? Do you? They got a lovely feel-good factor, haven't they, Christmas films? And there's a lot of them on Netflix. I believe either Channel 4 or Channel 5 do show a Christmas film every afternoon now. I think that's happening now. So that's really nice. Really nice. And then Ronnie went home. The boyfriend rang up and said, I've got to go now. Under the thumb forever. I'm not under anyone's thumb, thank you very much. No, not yet. I am available for going underneath someone's thumb. I said thumb with a TH, incidentally, there. Okay. I didn't have a chance to watch Doctor Who yet. I might watch that at lunchtime this afternoon. And that's it. Today, let's just read some messages. Let me see. Where are we? Go up we go. Up. There it is. White Wolf is lazy on vegetables to the point I sometimes have to throw them out. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, and I really hate throwing food out. And if you do me a dinner, or I do my own dinner, never anything on the plate. My dad was the same. We never, ever leave anything on the plate. It breaks my heart when I see people out in restaurants or in my house. And Ronnie does it. Ronnie does it in my house. He leaves something on the plate. Why? That plate must be clean. Why have I gone to all the trouble? Someone's gone to all the trouble. Someone from an Eastern European country has come to this country, all those miles, picked potatoes, sent them over to the shop. I've bought them in the shop, or spent all the time cooking them, using the electricity oven, and you've left them on the plates. That really offends me. I'm offended. I'm a snowflake. I'm offended. I'm a snowflake. I hate wasted food, and I see what you're saying there. I hate chucking vegetables out that have gone whatever, that have gone off. You know, it often happens with carrots, to be honest, because I don't use them all. Maybe I should get frozen carrots and be done with it. Then I could just take out the ones that I want, couldn't I? Hello to Katie Ann Patterson. Welcome back to the show, Katie. Good morning, and welcome to another exciting week. And next Sunday, of course, it is Advent. Oh, come, Emmanuel, and ransom captive Israel. That one. We'll be doing hymns like that at the church next week for the first Sunday of Advent. Have you got your Advent calendars? Have you got Advent calendar? I need one. I need a religious Advent calendar. Proper Advent calendar. You know, open. Oh, there's Mary. Oh, there's Jesus. Oh, there's a candle. There's a Christmas tree. Oh, there's a donkey. There's a budgerigar. A budgerigar? A budgerigar on an Advent calendar? And there's the Star of David. You know, that is a proper Advent calendar. Not, oh, what perfume is it now? Oh, chocolates and things. No. Yeah. Proper Advent calendar with pictures of the baby Jesus and Mary and Joseph, dear. A proper one. Not this thing where you open a little box and then there's another piece of jewellery there. No mention of the baby Jesus whatsoever. They had one. They had this little wooden one in Aldi, which I nearly bought, and then I realised, no baby Jesus. No baby Jesus. It's outrageous. Thomas drinks vegetable juice, do you? Oh, no. Gary, there's my nephew, Gary Butler. Good morning, Gary Butler. I missed him last week. Him and the children. They were at the hospice with young Olivia last week, so I didn't see them, unfortunately. Can I have my patch back out your jacket? The sun keeps shining through the curtains. That's very humorous, Gary. Very, very humorous. Let's have a look there. Hello, good morning to Dean Hoggart. I won't read all your messages out. Okay, it's just not time to read every single message out. Good morning to Dean. Katie, wear thongs on your feet. If you shower in the pool shower, will help. Oh, there's fungus everywhere in that swimming pool. Mind you, we've got a wonderful cleaner in there. I think she's Polish. She's a lovely lady. She don't speak English very well. And she is one of the hardest workers I have ever seen in my life. She does not stop. She's always got the cloth out or some machine. But there's a particular cleaning fluid that they seem to use, not every day, occasionally. Maybe I smell it once every couple of weeks. And it absolutely stinks. It's ever such a strong smell. I don't know what it is. It's a bit like bleach, but much, much stronger. And they do all the but it's very, very clean, the pool I use. You can't fault them. I go to the Living Well in Bracknell, which is part of the Hilton Hotel. Nice there. Someone else there hates wasting food, White Wolf as well. You're quite right. Michelle, mid-season break. Have you ever heard of anything so ridiculous? I might try that one at Waitrose. Just ring them up, Michelle. Oh, hello. Hello, it's Misha. I'm not coming in this week. I'm having a mid-season break. Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Bye-bye. And then just put the phone down. Oh, dear. Morning to Paul and Lou. You're a bit late this morning, aren't you? And good morning to Mark Kempner. Morning, Mark. Oh, dear. Have I told you everything that I've... Oh, today, what I've got to do, I've got to ring the insurance company today. Now, normally, something like this, I'd just pay and be done with it. But I thought I'd ring my car insurance people first. I got a stone chip. When I was going to see that house last week up in Lincolnshire, I was driving along, and I was along this really narrow road. And I tell you what, this massive lorry came towards me. And the thing is, they do move over, but they don't slow down. And there was a load of mud on the floor, and crack, I heard all these stones flying at my car, one of which has hit the windscreen, and there's a stone chip with 2 little lines on it. So you've got to do that sort of you don't have to do it immediately, but sort of reasonably quickly, and get the stone chip fixed. You don't have to replace the whole windscreen anymore, do you? A man comes with, I don't know, some... Oh, my foot hurt then. Some sort of stuff, and he touches it to the windscreen, and then something sucks something out. I don't know how it works. Put some sort of glue or resin in it, and it's almost invisible, but at least it will stop the thing cracking. I remember I think I replaced a windscreen once, which would have been back in 1988, 89. I had the most unreliable car ever, an FSO Polonaise. Don't buy one, whatever you do. Oh, it was awful. It was constantly... And what would happen? It wouldn't break down. Once you've been in traffic for a while, it's to... and it would die. For no reason. It was in and out the garage. They kept saying, no, we've cleaned out the carburetors. And they never got to the bottom of the fault. It was an absolute nightmare, this car. And that had a new windscreen, and 1987, and even then it was 500 quid. So I don't know how much they are now. How's it so dear for a piece of glass? What a rip-off. So I'm going to ring up the insurance company and try and get my stone chip done today. Morning to Joanna. Very late this morning. Morning, Joanna. John Newbury is there. Good morning, John. Long time no see. Everyone's talking to each other there as well. Good morning to Simon Keane, who texts in on the mobile texting. He says, hello, Mr. Chop Chop. Seen this sign in my ex-girlfriend's house. She's bright like glitter and bubbly like champagne. So I have written under it, but all she does is whine. It's Simon's birthday tomorrow. Is it really? Oh, no, today, Monday the 26th. OK, Simon, well, happy birthday for today. I shall add you to our little birthday list of many people very shortly at the end of the show. Hope that's all right with you, young Simon. You'll watch all of these, don't you? You watch all of these. Morning to Maureen, who's watching it, watching us on her brand new TiVo box. We are being observed on TiVo and everything else. Nice. Apparently there's a film that can go over a good screen to prevent chipping. Oh, I'm sure there is. Do you know what annoys me? The fact that you buy your iPhone, something like that. You buy your iPhone and why don't they just put the screen on? There's so many extra bits. Years ago, when I was a child, a teenager, early 20s, you would buy something and that would be it. There'd be no additional things to buy. You know? These days, even if you want a spare wheel for your car, that's extra. You go and buy a telly, then you have to buy speakers. You buy a bike, then you have to buy mudguards. Years ago, you would just buy a telly and it would all be there. And a bike, everything would be on it. Mudguards, bells, everything. Now you have to buy all these things separately. What a rip-off, innit? Just get more and more and more money out of all of us. It's a liberty, that's what it is. An absolute liberty. Good. Willy Wonka. I love Gene Wilder's Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Great film. Absolutely fantastic film. I agree with you. Oh, was some of those messages coming up there or not? I have a feeling the YouTube is in 2 places this morning. I don't know why that's happened. I was mucking around with settings and things last night, and I'm one of those people, I muck around with stuff. And once something's working, you should, we'll just leave it as it is and stop mucking around with it, I think. Good. Right, some news, good news, if you're a driver, and I've got some, I've got some Christmas news here. Yes, I've got some Christmas news as well. First of all, if you're a driver, in the Daily Mirror this morning, 3 supermarkets have announced fuel price cuts. I'm pleased to report. Asda first said on Friday that costs would be reduced, with Morrisons and Sainsbury's following suit. Asda cuts its national price cap by 1 pence a litre and 2 pence a litre for diesel from Friday. And we were saying only last week, actually, that the difference between petrol and diesel is quite significant at the moment. It's like 10p a litre, which is 40p a gallon. So I don't know, not quite sure why that's happened, why there's such a disparity between the petrol and the diesel price. I do remember years ago that diesel was cheaper than petrol. Do you remember those days? And we were all told to buy the diesel cars, and then we were all told not to buy them anymore because they're so dirty. It says here, Morrison's and Sainsbury's matched the cut starting on Saturday. Well, our petrol up the road at the moment is, in Sainsbury's, is my local one, is 121. When I'm in Lincolnshire, in Chapel Hill, the nearest garage to my place there is really expensive. It's like, it can be, last week it was 132 when I paid, actually last week I paid 119.9, I think, at Asda in Skegness. That tends to be, is it Asda or Aldi? Asda. In Asda in Skegness, it's 119. And I think it was also the same at Asda in Boston, 119. We've got a Tesco's in Boston as well, which is usually just a penny dearer. But there's a Gulf, which is the nearest one to my caravan, and they're like 130. They're really expensive there. It says it's Asda's fourth fuel price reduction in the past 4 weeks, dropping the price of petrol by up to 9p a litre, which is fair going, isn't it? The latest cut means drivers will pay no more than 119 a litre for petrol and 130 a litre for diesel. So, see, that's a big difference, 10p difference. The company's senior fuel buyer said further decreases in the wholesale market mean we're able to reduce our prices again, with Asda's unleaded petrol dropped by up to 9p a litre since the end of October. So that's great. That's absolutely great. So keep an eye out for that, boys and girls. If it's not gone down yet, it may well do very soon, okay? Don't buy your petrol too soon. Try and stick it out. I'm terrible, I am. I see my petrol gauge is just over half at the moment, which should get me up to Lincolnshire. So when I go, my petrol, I can go to and from Lincolnshire, okay? That's from London, so to and from Lincolnshire from London, and to and from Berkshire from London, and that's kind of a tank of petrol. It's not bad, is it? So that's 280. I would probably get more out of it if I slowed down going up to Lincolnshire. I'm fairly slow coming this way. I do about 55 mile an hour, 55 mile an hour all the way. Okay, except, of course, in the 30 mile an hour areas. And again, coming to and from Berkshire. Like tonight, I'll go to work. I'll do 55 mile an hour on the inside lane of the motorway. But going up to Lincolnshire is a different story because it's 11 o'clock at night and you just want to get there. So I do kind of put my foot down a little bit more on that way. If I slowed down to 55, I'm sure I'd probably get another 50 or 60 miles out of that. It really does make a huge difference sticking to 50 mile an hour. It's difficult at first. If you're someone who likes to tear away at lights or drive reasonably fast on the motorway, you know, if you're doing 70 mile an hour on the motorway, you'll be using more petrol than me. Apparently, I think my mate David Rosen, who I DJ'd with for many years, he said 85 mile an hour or 80 mile an hour is the big difference. If you do 80 mile an hour instead of 50, you will see an enormous increase in petrol consumption. And I like to know when I've left London that I can get all the way up there, because there's nothing worse, you know, you get halfway, oh, I've got to stop. You're doing 2.5 hours. Although, I probably will stop tonight, and I'll tell you why. What usually happens is I go to work, come home, have dinner, and go to bed. Now, after driving 2.5 hours, I don't really want to cook, although I have been. Last week, I stopped about halfway for a sandwich and a bag of crisps. And I ate those. So when I got back to my caravan, I put the kettle on, made the tea, and then brought my stuff in, drank the tea, and went straight to bed. And that probably saved me about 45 minutes. Not going to bed. Otherwise, I'm going to bed up there like 4 in the morning, which is really late. And I don't need to go to bed at 4 in the morning. I could be going to bed up there 2:30. If I get there about 1:45, get my stuff in, drink my cup of tea, and go to bed about 2:30, that would be much, much better. So I think I don't really eat bread or crisps ever, but for that one meal, I think that's probably all right to go up and do that like that. All right. Katie said 155. The petrol in America, so that's 155. That's cheap, isn't it? 155. Gosh, so that's about 120. Oh no, it's about the same, isn't it? Oh no, hang on. Are you 155 a gallon? I think you're gallons there, aren't you, Katie? Am I right? Good morning to John Parrish, just joining us on the YouTube. Good morning, John. I thought you'd said hello already today, hadn't you? Are you saying hello several times this morning? Why is this? White Wolf says, I read they are trying to get drivers to avoid diesel vehicles, but the country folks are not having that. Well, with the diesel vehicles, I get it with old diesel vehicles. But new ones? I can't believe that they're very polluting, the new ones. They've got all these catalytic converters. I've had 2 cars recently with catalytic converters that have got clogged up. And they were both Yaris's, Toyota Yaris's. And they told me I must have been driving in the wrong way. And he said, do you go on motorways? Well, yes, I do. I'm up and down the blooming motorway all the time. How is that getting clogged up? I didn't have to. I wasn't charged to do it, but they said they should have charged me to do it. But as a goodwill gesture, because I keep buying cars from the same garage, they didn't charge me. But nevertheless, you know, these catalytic converters are known for blocking up. Very, very annoying. Very, very annoying. I beg your pardon. Katie's in Australia. Are you? Is that 155 a litre? Oh, it is letter. That's a misprint, isn't it? So 155 a litre in Australia. What are you? $2 to the pound? Yeah, you're paying about the same as us then, really, aren't you? You really are. Are you, Paul and Lou? Are you one of those middle lane motorway drivers? Absolutely not. No, I'm not. I'm not a motorway driver in the middle lane. I go on the inside lane. And here's the weird thing. I was saying this to my mate last night. Often you're driving along, and I am a slow driver, 5 mile an hour, for a fuel economy. That's the only reason. Okay? Also, driving at that speed, let me tell you, you don't get in any situations. The only situation you get in, and I never understand that, is when a car or a large lorry is behind you flashing its lights for you to speed up. When the other 2 lanes are empty. That's what they're for. Overtake me, idiot. I don't understand why they do that. Why are they flashing? Go round. That's why the other 2... And they're empty, these other 2 lanes. But I don't really have any incidents, if you see what I mean. Near misses, anything like that. People kind of avoid you if you're driving that slow. Even the police go straight past you. They don't even look over. Thomas, gas prices near me, $3.36 a gallon. Oh, you're much cheaper than us, Thomas. $3.36 a gallon, so that's £2 a gallon. And there's 4 litres to a gallon. So, yeah, you're much cheaper than us in the States. Although it probably seems expensive to you. It doesn't to us. You're very, very cheap. You want to go to one of the Middle Eastern countries, I think Saudi Arabia, where it's something ridiculous like 20 pence to fill up. I kid you not. Honestly, and what's the other place? Is it Venezuela or Cambodia, somewhere like that? It's cheaper to fill your car up than it is to get a load of shopping. True. $2.08 a gallon in North Carolina. Again, that's really cheap in comparison to us over here. Oh, Katie, thank you for your kind words. Thank you. Cigarettes in New York City is like $15 a pack. I think most countries have got expensive cigarettes now. Even here, they're like £12 a pack, which is about what, $18 to $20 a packet of cigarettes here. We say 20 cigarettes rather than a packet of cigarettes here. That's how we say it here. All right. Now, Christmas news. What do you think of this? What do you think of this idea? A mother-in-law is charging her family £17 a head for Christmas dinner. Here you are, girls. Make some money here from your in-laws. Anyone who has hosted a Christmas for their loved ones knows it's expensive, and the cost of all that food, booze, and other festive treats all add up. Now, I'm aware of this. I go to my sister's for Christmas. I give her a little bit of cash, because I believe in paying. But she doesn't ask for anything. I want to point that out. My sister and indeed my nieces and nephews, they have never ever asked me for anything. Ever. Really. Some people, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. They've never ever done that. Not even at Christmas or birthdays. No one rings me up and says, oh, I'd like this for Christmas. Wait to be bloody well asked. Rude. I think that's extremely rude to ring someone up or send them a message. I want this, this and this for Christmas. No. You wait to be asked. It says, while most of us just suck it up or ask people to bring different bits and bobs to split up a bit, one woman has decided to charge her family £17 a head to attend this year's Christmas dinner. It's outrageous. Her son was completely shocked by the request and is now even considering skipping the celebrations. Her daughter-in-law shared the story on parenting website Mumsnet to see what other people thought of the policy, and surprisingly, lots have agreed. She wrote, am I being unreasonable? Apparently, if you write AIBU, that means am I being unusual? Did you know that? So one of those things where they they cut the words down to just letters. They abbreviate. Am I being unreasonable to think you should ask family to pay for Christmas lunch? My partner's just told me that his mother, who is having Christmas lunch with, said she wants £17 per head. I'm going to my family's for lunch, so I invited him, but he's also had it there all his life with his grandparents and siblings too. She said she doesn't want to do it all from scratch and wants to get it all pre-done, so it's more money, which I understand, but he's gutted and feel like he wants to come to my family now. I can see it from both sides, and it's hard work and can be expensive, but it's not like she's financially destitute. This has never happened before, and he has offered to bring the dessert, but he said handing over cash just feels wrong, unless you do it without being asked. And nothing wrong if you've been invited round to someone's house for Christmas dinner. Absolutely. Give them some money. Don't offer it. Make them take it. I don't know. You've gone round for Christmas dinner. You had a bit of Christmas tea, some cakes, a couple of drinks. Give them 25 quid. Give them 25 quid. But to be asked for it is a different thing altogether. That's, you know, come to Christmas dinner. Oh, yeah, it's £25, please. No. No, that's not right. As he says, it's about family, not money, but I wanted to see what other people's opinions are. Or do you think, or what do you think? Before long, she was inundated with replies, with people sharing their views on the price tag. Many thought it was a terrible idea and were equally shocked. One wrote, if you can't afford it, don't invite people, or only cook what you can afford. I'd never charge anyone, far less family, for dinner. Another added, oh my God, no, that is horrible. We host Christmas, buy the turkey, pudding, everyone else brings a dish, sausages in blankets and all that business. That shares the cost and the work. Cannot think of anything less hospitable than setting the menu and demanding your guests pay for it. But others agreed and said they thought it was completely fair. One said, I think it's fair to be honest. Why should she have to cover the cost every year when it's likely to be £100 plus? And why should she ever have to cover the cost of not wanting to do so much cooking? We don't actually give money to whoever hosts, but the equivalent, really, in bringing champagne, pudding, starters, vegetables perhaps. But maybe she just doesn't trust everyone to remember and get the right thing and wants to organise it herself. £17 isn't exactly much, which it's not. £17 isn't a lot. Maybe Christmas is breaking her financially and she can't do it anymore, which is completely understandable. But, you know, I just think if you can't afford to do it, don't do it. I honestly don't think you should be asking people for money to come round to your house on Christmas Day for dinner. No. I don't know what you think about that, boys and girls. Where are we? White Wolf says, we bring stuff always to someone's home. Yeah, that's good. You say, okay, well, thanks for inviting us to Christmas dinner. Can we bring something? And then, you know, if she says, yeah, bring the carrots or, I don't know, some cakes or something like that, or the Christmas pudding, then you would say, yep, that's okay, we'll do that. I think that's a much better way of sharing a price. To actually ask for someone for the money, no. No, no. I mean, some people would argue, well, there's no harm in asking. I think there is. I think there is harm in asking. Martin says you leave £1 under the coin at the plate at Christmas, my brother-in-law. You'd be very surprised, John. You'd be very surprised. Katie, £50 a packet of smokes where she is. Really? $50 a packet? Wow, they really want you to give up there, don't they? Eh? Take a gift, of course, Katie says. Take a gift if you want to. Weird citizen, I always force people to take money. Yet with me, they offer once, and when I politely refuse, it's already back in their pocket. I think I'll probably be like that, to be honest. I'll ask quietly, would you like some money? No, that's okay. Okay, put it back in your pocket, mate. You offered. You offered. They said no. You don't need to be told twice, dear. I love it. What else have we got here? Let's have a look. I'm glad to see this old piece of baggage get done. In this morning's Sun, a mum who tried to claim £2.5 million from the NHS for leaving her profoundly disabled, so she says, faces prison after being caught partying in Ibiza. Now, she's probably not the only one. There's a lot of people doing this now. Fraud. So trying to get something for nothing. Ringing up people, oh, my gift hasn't arrived, or, making something up to get money. Ringing up insurance company. I've been on holiday and I've lost my camera. Can I have some money, please? There's a lot of fraud goes on, and by not necessarily by criminals that you know, but by normal people that you possibly talk to in the street. Well, here's one of them, and she's getting done. Good. This woman, Leslie Elder, 50 years old, you'd think she'd know better at that age, wouldn't you? 50 years old, was also filmed carrying her grandson, vacuuming, walking her dog, and going clothes shopping. She told a court a botched operation in 2010 left her in so much pain she couldn't travel or work and needed £1 million of care. She was rumbled when photos showed her clubbing after midnight at daughter Tanya's hen do. The hospital trust applied to have her locked up for contempt of court, which carries a maximum sentence of 2 years. You know when someone's been to prison, like for something like that? So she's... did she get the money? No, she tried. Okay. So, but you know when people like... do a burglary, say for a bank. Say they nick £1 million from the... Oh, it's probably more than that now, but say they nick £1 million from the bank, right? The money is never recovered, and then they go to prison for whatever, a year, 10 years, 20 years, I don't know. After that prison sentence, do they still owe the £1 million that they nicked? How does that work? I'm sure some of you lot have been in prison. You'll be able to answer that question. So once again, if someone steals money, say it's £1 million from a bank, right? And then they get put in prison for 2 years. All these numbers are very fictitious. I don't know how long you'd go for prison for. I've never been in one myself. After that 2 years, do you still have to pay back the £1 million, or is like that it, and then you start again? How does that work? The Sun carries on. None of the pictures or surveillance footage presented to the High Court showed her with a stick. She has to hobble. She brings the stick out, the wobbly stick, when she comes to court hearings and things like that. The judge said she doesn't use it save when being observed for the purposes of financial gain. She now lives in Paul Dorset. She was awarded £120,000 after the incontinence surgery, but claimed she was entitled to more. Her lawyer denies she lied. The hearing continues in January. So that's in The Sun this morning. White Wolf says insurance theft would be used, I'm sure. Oh, God, yeah. Oh, God, I've known loads of people do that. I wouldn't have the guts to do it. To pretend that something has been lost or stolen on your holiday, in the house, I don't know, when you're out shopping, whatever. I wouldn't have the guts to ring up an insurance company and say that. I mean, I'll be honest, I said to you right at the beginning of the show, I'm going to ring up the insurance company because I've got a stone chip. To be honest with you, I'd rather just pay and get it done. and not bother with insurance companies and forms and things like that? For the sake of like 45 quid, is it worth it? When you just go somewhere, you know, can you fix that, please? There you go, there's the money. Be done with it like that. I don't know how it works, but I think it's worth a phone call, though. I will ring them. White Wolf says, but the woman will be honorary since her mind is warped and she may get nicked again after getting out. We should probably try it again, something else, wouldn't it? Banks would have insurance, yes. But you see what I mean? As the burglar, do you still have to pay back the money that you stole after you've gone to prison? What happens to that money? So a bank's lost £1 million, right? How do they get that back? You say from insurance, but there's still £1 million missing out of the system, isn't there? Or is that just written off or what? How does that work? Anyway, there we are. Okie doke, let's do today's birthdays. We've got Simon Keen's birthday today. Good morning, Simon. He's always supported our little show here. And he's a lovely chap. He's up north in Stoke, I think. Happy birthday to you, Simon. Okay, happy birthday, Simon. Ian Parker, who was in the Hollies. Good morning, Ian. I hope you're well. Hollies, he ain't heavy, he's my brother. Perhaps I could come and sing in your group one day. The Hollies. Ian Parker, good morning and a big happy birthday to you, sir. It's been some years since I saw you there. Kevin A. Lemon. Morning, Kevin. Happy birthday. Colin John Dealey, a young 63 years old today. Didi Tazar. Good morning, Didi Tazar, 46, I think you are today, 46. Peter Castle, DJ extraordinaire. Been many years, hasn't it, Peter? Happy birthday to you. Marquis G. Valentino, 38 years old today on this Monday, the 26th of November. Paul Harrison, happy birthday, Paul. I think you're down in Brighton somewhere, possibly. I might be wrong with that. Happy birthday. And Frank Holm is today 46 years old. So happy birthday to you all, boys and girls. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. All right. John says Jimmy could do it for you. No, he can't do stone chips in windscreens. It's in the windscreen. Did I mention that? It's the windscreen that's got the chip in it. And it's a couple of little lines there. And apparently they spread if you don't get them done. So I absolutely must get that done. Actually, I wonder if I should just go and... No, I'll ring up the insurance company. Why pay for it if I don't have to? Thank you very much. I'm not usually here on a Tuesday morning, but you never know. I might be. I might be. I do go up north. Usually Tuesday I'm a bit tired because of the drive up there. But I might be. You never know. If not, it'll be Wednesday, right? So thanks ever so much for watching the show today. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Tonight, it's Monday night, so I'll be hosting karaoke. And that's at Central Station Bar, Wharfdale Road, King's Cross. Monday night karaoke. Michael's coming tonight, I think, and one of our lovely ladies, Kelly Kim, and Laura will probably be there as well as Ray Reynolds, our good friend Ray Reynolds. Roy will be there, I'm sure. DJ Chris, Maureen. Come and meet us all, and come and sing a song yourself if you want to. Karaoke tonight at Central Station Bar, Monday night karaoke, 37 Wharfdale Road. Starts at 7:30 and finishes at 11 o'clock. Cheap drinks as well on a Monday night. Thanks for watching and listening, and I'll see you again on the next show. Have a lovely Monday. Bye-bye now.